Okay people, this is himself. Welcome back to another Tekken 7 King Guide. In this video, I'm going to show you some underused rage drive tech. This is stuff that you don't see often, but it does have application and it may come in handy. So just to recap, King's rage drive is DB1+2, aka Blue Knuckle Bomb. On an aerial opponent, this spikes to the floor and it puts you at plus 36 frames. Now with those frames, you have some options. One of them is ground throws. These can be broken, but if you get it right, you do 25 or 28 damage. The thing is, people can escape them, and if they do, then you end up with nothing. So if you just want to kill the opponent, go for People's Elbow. This only does 20 damage, but is guaranteed. But there is a variation of this. If you sidestep and then do it, you're not at +3, you're at +5. And that means an alley kick is guaranteed, so in total you do more damage than the figure 4. Because of that, the only time to ever go for a ground throw is if you're on a floor break stage and you think you'll get away with the head bomber. Now that's all the obvious stuff, but here's the underused tech. With that People's Elbow, you'll notice that they bounce off the floor, and because of that, they can't tech roll. So if we need to make a comeback, we can try and make use of the O key. Now normally people tend to back roll, and the reason for that is that it's safe and it grants them some space. But we can actually take advantage of that. What we do is FF1+2, and if they back roll, it puts us at +14, a true +14. So if we get this, back +2-1 is guaranteed, and there's nothing they can do about it. Now obviously there are ways to escape this, but we never end up in that much trouble. Against standards it's -5, and we can still beat out mid kick and spring kick. Sadly, recovery kick will interrupt us, but it's not that much damage, and against the other options we jump over them and then we can spin away. Another option is jaguar step throws. With standards and back rollers, this will make contact, and we actually get a 3-way mix up. 1+4 and 2+3 give us the 1 and 2, but we can also buffer a muscle buster. And the great thing is that all 3 of these look like a 1+2 break, so it's really hard to read. Obviously the opponents can duck, but to cover that we have Jaguar Step 2. This is safe on block, and on hit it guarantees a crouch throw attempt. The only problem with this route is that staying down evades the mix-up, and wake up kicks will actually beat us out, so there is a weakness to this. But we do have an alternative, crouch dash chain throws. Again we get a 3-way mix up and wake up kicks can beat us, but here to cover us we have knuckle bomb. You do have to do this fast, and it does have to be the +5 option, but if you do it right, this will hit crouches, side rolls and recovery kick, and if they go for wake up kick they get launched. The only escape route is spring kick, but to beat that we have Wild Sonic 4. Now that's all in the open, but at the wall things get a bit more interesting. Here the rage drive hits grounded, so your best guaranteed option is jumping elbow. But you'll notice that we end up on the floor, which is not a great situation, and on top of that the +5 route actually gets us similar damage. If however we want to gamble, then we do have some options. One of them is power clothesline. Yes, they can duck this, and yes they can interrupt, but if they don't do that then we get a wall splat, and from there we actually get some good damage. As in the open, we can also use crouch dash chain throws, but the good thing here is that instead of muscle buster we can use executioner drop, and if they try to crouch to escape, knuckle bomb is gonna wall splat them. The last option I have for you is body splash. Now this is everything on the floor, but look what happens against standards and back rollers. For some reason we end up with a weird cross up. I'm not entirely sure why this happens. My suspicion is that it has something to do with King's hitbox. It's possible that the game is picking up a moment where King's body is either hitting behind the opponent or on top of them, and that's why they can't block it. Now if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like. It really helps out this channel and it motivates me to do more for this character. Looking ahead, there are more King videos coming, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see those. In the meantime, have fun, play well, and I'll see you guys in the future.